Why?
I'm ticked off because the Mets are frustrating as hell.
I didn't get my workbook out. Hold it.
Workbook? You should know this. The Mets, they're tied for the wild card berth now. What is there, 4 games left? Are they going to pull this out, guys? Are they going to pull it out? Oh, I'm dying over that. Also, speaking of pulling out, looks like the president's going to be just fine.
Yeah, well, the polls are showing that he's doing pretty good.
Yes.
Look at this. No deal for bill. GOP nixes any plan to derail impeach process. Doesn't matter. He's doing fine. I don't think he'll get impeached now or resign or anything.
I admit, I got to agree with you, Anthony, on that one. Without a doubt. The polls are just going through the roof. Everyone is into Bill after that videotape. That's cool, I guess.
Because everyone's pretty much tired of it, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's like, all right, enough with the Monica, the cigar, the sex. The videotape then comes out, and we're hearing that it's great. He gets all mad and turns purple, and that's nothing. It's like lawyer lingo.
Yeah, that's true.
It was boring.
Also, Hurricane Georges. I was actually thinking of you today. I was watching the 12 o'clock news before we headed in today, and the weather geek had a real tough time with the hurricane name, just like you said.
Georges.
Heading toward the Keys, Hurricane.
It's terrible. It's a horrible name for a hurricane, and it's a bad one, so now it's going to be in history.
Yeah.
So years to come, people are going to have to say, George.
Remember when Hurricane
George came in?
Right.
Heading toward the Keys now. Letting down the hatches. I like the video they played of the Haiti and Dominican Republic. I'm convinced that all their houses are built with what blew into their country the last hurricane. So like everybody in Haiti...
Yeah,
they're living in houses that are built from stuff that blew over from the Dominican Republic on the last hurricane.
That's how it works?
Yeah, and then they set up with the tin and the straw and the sticks, and then the next hurricane comes and blows it back over there.
Yeah.
They go, a tin roof.
Hey,
they can throw it on.
We got new supplies, all right.
Because for some reason they don't understand the concept of bricks from the Three Little Pigs book.
Yeah, they're just not into bricks. They haven't just
build it with bricks, and it won't blow down as easy.
Very good.
So, all right. My little bit of knowledge.
Well, we're just getting warmed up here today. On the show, we got Jon Stewart coming in.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, great. Thanks, John. Yeah. Talk to every other radio station in town, and then I guess he's going to come over here and talk to us, too. Oh, great.
Part of the trials and tribulations of being an afternoon show-up.
Yeah.
I guess,
being at the bottom of the radio totem pole.
Yeah.
We get all the guests last in this town. All right, that's great.
Yeah, sloppy seconds.
Actually, John's really funny, and we'll talk to him. He's got a new book out, and he's going to be taking over for Craig Kilborn on The Daily Show in the near future, a couple months.
Yeah.
Also, I think this is a coup for us today. We got the creators of South Park.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, we're going to talk to our pals Matt and Trey later on the show as well. And if you want to get in on the program today, 212-757-1027. The fax line is 212-957-WNEW. Don't bother using instant feedback if we got to hook that up. It should be hooked up in the next 10 minutes or so, okay? On the way, we got the latest from...
Must buy Microsoft stock.
Does that mean
What?
Does that mean you're connected?
No.
1027 WNEW, the Rock of New York. It's Opie and Anthony. Thanks for checking us out today. Anthony, I got to tell you what happened last night.
What?
Now, last night, we had a great show, right?
We had fun yesterday.
We had a lot of fun. We took the cruise back to Long Island. Nice hour cruise. We're laughing. We're reflecting on what a fun show we had with Mark from Maxim Magazine yesterday. Mm-hmm. And I put the key in the door of my place, my groovy pad, the Love Palace. And I walk in, right?
Yeah.
And Sandy's there.
Yeah.
Way in the back of the house, right?
Yeah.
And she is bawling, crying, top of her lungs. So I walk up the stairs. I'm like, great, who died? I got to find out who died.
No, really?
It was that type of crying? Like, oh, man, someone close to her definitely died. So I followed her. I'm like, oh, do I need to deal with this, right? So I walked to the living room, and it happened.
What?
The goddamn Titanic virus has hit my house! I'm sitting there, great. She's well. Like, great, no Lewinsky's for me tonight. It'll be okay, honey. Let me hug you.
I think anybody that comes home and finds that tape in the house, you just got to erase it. Or tape something over it.
I say we have a Titanic video burning party.
All the guys that are sick of it.
Guys, we're not getting laid because we bought this damn tape, so let's all get our tapes that we bought for our loved ones. We'll all meet in, like, Times Square, and we'll make a damn bonfire. I am totally serious. Wherever you are.
What are you doing? Oh, my God.
Goddamn Titanic.
God, I'm sick and tired of Titanic. You broke the CD. Come on. Oh, man. Brush that plastic off. It's all over the place.
There's shards of glass all over the studio right now. Like, what the hell did I need to come home to that last night? All right, I'm better now.
Wow. Yeah. Venting is a good thing.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
The Titanic virus has hit your house.
Hey, Celine, could you make your pants tighter? I can't tell you're smuggling a yo-yo when you sing that song. Jesus.
What a mess.
There you go.
You made a mess with that thing.
I know, great. All right, we got to regroup. All right, can someone clean up the Titanic mess in the studio?
Clean it up yourself. You made it.
All right, Sophie and Anthony on the way. We got our... Wait.
I had to hit the dump button.
I decided to dump out of the show.
Never knew you were even on the air.
John Stewart just stepped into the studio. It's okay. We're going to talk to John Stewart next. It's Opie and Anthony. You're listening to The Rock of New York, 102.7 WNEW. The Rock of New York, 102.7 WNEW. Now, where were we? It's Opie, it's Anthony.
I was cursing.
And it's John Stewart who walked in, and the first word out of his mouth was the S word, so...
I apologize.
That's okay. We were able to dump out of that, I do believe.
We got that new technology there, a delay. We never used it before.
That's for when you guys are talking about the Star Report, I guess you have to...
Oh, yeah.
Keep dumping out of it.
Pretty much, actually.
Things like Hummer and Lewinsky.
Can I get back to the Titanic thing really fast before we move on?
Please.
The ladies are calling up like
I've
crazy.
never seen it.
You've never seen the Titanic?
I've never seen it. How does it end? What happens? Does the iceberg win or does the boat win?
You're the only true man left.
I'm the only true man left.
That is true.
I was telling you a story, and I'll do it without bad language now. A good friend of mine went there, and he was real tired, but he fought himself awake through, like, the 2 hours of character. Like the 2 hours of, like, the guy being a rich guy and the guy being a poor guy and the girl being a rich, whatever. He fought through 2 hours of that and finally couldn't take it anymore. Fell asleep just as all the good stuff was going down.
The action.
Literally wakes up with the guy hanging on to the thing going, never let go. He missed the whole thing. He missed the only reason to go to that.
Anything worth watching on the movie.
Yeah, exactly. And he was asleep. Thank you very much.
Too funny. Yeah, but the ladies say I don't have a heart because the Titanic virus has hit my house. Because now we have to deal with the videotape of the Titanic.
Yeah, the movie wasn't bad enough. Now they could bring it home.
Yeah,
make you miserable.
Keep it? Well, aren't there people now that have seen it like 500 times, literally like quit their jobs and have moved in?
Oh, yeah.
Huts, villages, spent all their money on Titanic hats. And
we just want to know how to get rid of the virus. We want all the guys to steal the Titanic videotapes, like the women steal our porno tapes.
Right.
And I want to go to Times Square and have a big Titanic bonfire with the videotape.
A burning?
I'm serious.
Really?
Yeah. I got home last night. The reason, John, I don't
think those tapes burn. I think they just sink.
Yeah, you can sink them. That'd be even better.
Actually burn. You should
just sink them.
In a giant aquarium.
We'll make a huge Titanic ship out of the videotapes, and then we'll float it in the East River.
Exactly.
Let it all...
Thousands of people were killed today standing on videotapes. What's wrong with those people?
Oh, just hang on. Just hang on, please. So what's going on, John?
Nothing, just got to head home. We're renting... No, I was trying to come up with another girly movie, but I couldn't think of one.
Bridges in Madison County.
Yeah, Bridges in Madison County.
Fried green tomato.
Have you noticed that all the girly movies are always adultery based? Like
That's
The
true.
English Patient and Madison County, they're always like, thank God, that girl finally got what was coming to her, a mistress or a lover, whatever. And if a guy does that movie would be hammered.
Oh, without a doubt.
It's romantic when you
It's romantic when that
Clint
happens.
Eastwood.
But it's like Ralph Fiennes in The English Patient. Meanwhile, what was romantic about that?
Yeah.
He was like a crazy guy who helped the Nazis find the English. He's like a crazy guy who helps the Nazis.
Oh.
All he ever said that was romantic was like, your neck belongs to me. Ooh.
Well, thanks for ruining that ending for me. Boy, I was really looking forward to...
Had you not seen the English version?
Oh, no.
No, of course not.
Let me tell you something. It's about a guy who commits adultery. Meanwhile, the lady's wife that he's fooling around with, the lady's husband, he's a good guy.
Yeah?
Yeah, you're watching the whole movie going, that guy's a good guy. What's wrong with that guy? What's wrong with the other guy? Why does she want to go with the burn guy? The other guy's a great guy.
Same thing with Meryl Streep in Bridges in Madison County.
Yeah, the
husband's like a hard-working guy.
Yeah, her husband's like Amish in the movie. It's like, he spent 80 years, basically working on one bunion on his foot, trying to put the family through college. And then this other guy comes through like, I take pictures.
Yeah.
And then it's in it.
Me and Anthony,
before you know it, they're doing it.
Me and Anthony really dug Clint Eastwood topless, though. That was,
that was great.
That was really
Drove
good
those women crazy.
When he had I couldn't tell if it was that movie or the orangutan movie. I didn't know if it was. I thought Meryl Streep was about to go right turn, Clyde, and have a turn and pop somebody. He didn't know what was going on.
He had doilies hanging from his chest.
He had baloney tits.
That's the point of doing topless.
Is there a porno on Titanic now? Is there something that's
not yet?
They put out another one.
One of those where they cleverly change the name around.
Right. Yeah. Like 8 girls on a catamaran end up hitting an ice cube.
And they're going down and
exactly.
else.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess we didn't have to tell that
joke. We didn't have to go.
All right. I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Well, you got a new book out, Naked Pictures of Famous People.
Yes, sir.
How about you can stick around for a little while, right?
Yes, sir, I can.
We'll tease the fact that we're going to talk about your new book. And also we'll talk about The Daily Show. You're taking over for Craig Kilborn.
Yeah, in January.
And if you want to talk to John and abuse him because he was on other radio shows today. Dire Straits, it's Opie, it's Anthony, and it's our pal John Stewart hanging out for a little while on the show.
Hello.
He's got a book signing tonight. He's got a new book out called Naked Pictures of Famous People, and he'll be at Union Square tonight at 7:30.
Yep, Barnes & Noble.
If you could stay awake. You've been up all day promoting stuff, John.
It's crazy.
We got the sloppy seconds of John.
6:30 in the morning. No, I prefer this to the sloppy first. I wish they'd flip the shows. For God's sakes, I can't get up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. So how was it dancing with gay guys this morning?
Invigorating, I guess. After that, you don't need coffee.
No.
So maybe down the pan.
Yeah, that's the way you want to start in the morning. Looking at banana hammocks.
I'm not that much of a dancer anyway, and these guys, I don't know. I don't know if gay guys get together and practice the moves. Yeah. But these guys could dance, and
they had it down.
Me and Fred Norris, and
How do you know? Were you looking?
We're like, yeah. Of course. How can you not look? Look, most of these guys are like 6'8", and I'm 5'2", so I literally have like a toucan's beak in my face. Because they're all wearing like jungle panties or something. One guy had on like a Renaissance fair armor-plated jock.
Oh, how cute!
Or other. Yeah, and like a hat from Hogan's Heroes. I don't know how they put together their outfits, but it's like I'm going to take this from Cabaret and this from the Renaissance fair and
this from Hogan's Heroes.
This for my refrigerator.
Right. Is there anything they could wear that somebody would go, no, that doesn't look right?
No, I don't think there is.
No, it's just anything.
Yeah, no. The only thing I think they could wear that wouldn't look right in that situation would be, I don't know, a woman. I think that would be the only thing that would throw things off.
Well, we got a surprise for you. They should be arriving in the near future. Some more dancers. Some more gay guys.
Here we go.
We heard you like gay guys.
Hey, you ordered the pizza.
You got a good observation on Courtney Love. You were checking out her new look.
She got an article in Rolling Stone there. She cleaned herself up a little bit. My only point there was Courtney Love, I mean, she can be hot, whatever, but you could never go out with her because she's the kind of girl that would get you in a fight with the biggest guy in the bar you're in. She'd literally, she'd have a couple of scotches and just walk over and go, that guy called me a whore.
Oh, now what do you do?
Yeah, and then you just got to go, well, are you? You don't know what to do at that point. We were talking about it. I can't handle that. Any girl that gets me in a fight has to leave.
Right.
Well, I won't stick up for a girl.
My girlfriend gets me in situations on the highway. She'll start yelling and screaming at the other drivers. I'm like, oh, great. Now we got to pull over, and I got to attempt to beat this guy up. I got to fight your battle.
You got to grab, every article on road rage?
Yeah.
Put them up in a collage because, that's the only language women understand. The language of collage. I don't understand what this is. It's a collage, honey. Oh, wait, I see the message now. It's like a weird rebus that works in their brains.
Collage.
So you take the collage of all the road rage incidents and just have it with you whenever, we're on the road and just point her to the back like a little lesson like Sesame Street.
Or when she starts getting ticked off, just play the Titanic soundtrack.
Exactly.
Start weeping. That kind of calms him down, so.
What is her road rage based on? Like if anybody tries to cut you off?
Well, you've driven in New York. It's a nightmare out there, and I think everyone...
I'm from this area, so it's in my system. Like, New York traffic doesn't bother me.
Oh, wow.
New York bothers me.
Really?
The rhythm of this city doesn't bother me because it's what I'm used to.
You must smoke pot when you drive then.
Well, sure. First of all, I haven't had a car in like 12 years.
Well, that's why it doesn't bother you.
Oh, but it doesn't bother me anyway.
Back in the covered wagon days you're talking about now.
Listen, when I worked with the Pony Express, we had to deliver mail downtown.
You can't drive without road rage these days.
I drove a van when I first got here, for catering service. I was the guy who spoke English in the kitchen, so if there was an emergency, like, we need salt, and I'd have to run out and get it because they didn't have the time to explain. A, what salt was, and B, that, the van.
Yeah.
So, but I used to drive there, and other than, like, getting towed a lot, I sort of enjoyed it.
Really?
Yeah, I enjoy the pace of it.
You got
Not me.
You got to see Anthony on the roadways.
I'm
crazy.
Isn't Boston even worse?
Yeah, Boston's weird. You could get on road, head north, and 1,000 feet later, you're heading west.
Washington, D.C. is like that, where it's literally the guy who created the roads was like Picasso.
Yeah.
I'm on Washington Street. Now it's New York Avenue. Now it's called Q Street. Now it's cheese. What's happening to me? Now it's a melted clock. Help me. The whole system of roads, you end up underground, like riding a rat with a steed with a thing, and there's, Procol Harum is playing in the background. You don't know what the hell's going on.
At least we have a grid in this city. It's kind of easy,
But why doesn't every city do? How dumb? But hey, how do you want to lay out the city? I don't know. How about in squares and just number the streets? That sounds good. No, I have an idea. Let's make it circles and squiggles. That should help people.
I'll name them after my relatives.
Yeah. Let's make it circles and squiggles and name this side of the street this thing and this side of the street the other thing, and then flip it every Tuesday and Thursday.
Very nice. I guess
arbitrary.
I guess we got to ask you because everyone's talking about it. What's your angle on this whole Clinton and Monica thing?
My angle?
Yeah.
You make me sound like the videographer.
Well, we tried
I'm using a telephoto lens, and I'm just trying to stay near the cigars and see what happens.
We get a different answer when we say, "What's your position?"
Yeah, your position, and then they go on party lines and stuff.
Right.
What's your whole feeling on this thing?
My feeling on this thing is it's strictly about party lines. That's my whole position. Is that people are so lost in the pubic hair they can't see the crotch. You know what I mean? It's yes, he did something wrong, which according to the general surveys of sex in this country, about 50% of the people in this country have also done.
50.
So you got to imagine most of the news people that are reporting on it. You got to. The big three anchors, right? Rather, Brokaw, Jennings. You can't tell me at least one of those dudes at 2:00 in the morning hasn't put on the live from Bosnia voice and went, called up some intern. I'm horny. You can't tell me that hasn't happened. Right. So for them to have a self-righteous attitude is beyond me. At least with Watergate, he committed a crime. Like, with Watergate, when you were reporting on it, at least you thought, well, you know what? I've never ordered a break-in. So, yeah, I can criticize this guy.
But a Lewinsky?
But you know what? We've all had interns, for Christ's sake. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
Sultry little come hither.
And you are tempted, so.
Of course. I have interns. I can't even get them to make me coffee, for Christ's sake.
He's working it because he's the president.
Yeah.
So he's...
So my whole point is, okay, we get it. He had a terrible affair with an intern. She's crushed. He's crushed. Hillary's crushed. Mm-hmm. Get on with it.
You think people will move on eventually, though?
No, they can't.
The media will hold on to this until the end.
Because it's driving their ratings.
Yeah, exactly.
Believe me, they keep urging OJ to kill more people. They need a sequel for this thing.
I'm begging
they
for...
They keep trying to get him to go out with nasty blonde. They're you get me upset.
At this point, I'm begging for an OJ update.
This whole thing's going to be like a sitcom. You know how in like the 8th year of a sitcom, they go, hey, let's make them have twins. Yeah. That's what this is going to be like. It's the Lewinsky thing's going to peter out, and then somebody's going to go, how about if you screwed a baby? Why not?
Yeah, that's what we were saying with the video, too, where they released the video. Because it's just the fact that people like things like movies and TVs.
They want episodes.
So The
reason they didn't release it all at once is because they thought in America what we would do is we'd get it all in, and it wouldn't have the same devastating impact unless we watch it like The Real World. Unless it comes on every week, and at the end. I'm hoping at the end they're going to wrap up, there'll be a cliffhanger.
Yeah, it's the mini-series.
Literally like somebody finds semen on like a doily, and nobody can figure out, is it his? Is it Bruce Lindsay?
Right.
Maybe it's Kenneth Starr's.
Kenneth Starr. He's the sick one. He's the pervert. He's the pervert. I honestly think he's spanked it to this report.
Getting off on the report.
Oh, without a doubt.
Well, the report it's 3,000 pages. Have you ever gotten a Penthouse Letters book?
Yeah.
It's like 60 pages, and it gets incredibly explicit detail. You're going to tell me that like 5 Hummers is 3,000 pages? It's for like 5 hum jobs.
A lot of foreplay.
I could get that in one story in Penthouse.
You make a good point, John.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, we'll talk about the book in the Daily Show next. 102.7 WNEW, The Rock of New York, Days of the New and the Downtown. It's Opie, it's Anthony, and it's our new pal, Jon Stewart, who's got a new book out called Naked Pictures of Famous People. He's doing a book signing tonight at Barnes & Noble in Union Square at 7:30 if you want to meet John and get your book signed. Yeah, there's your plug.
I smelly plug.
That's the only one we're doing, so enjoy it.
That felt so good. That felt so good.
Hey, I got to mention something here. Sosa hit 2 more. Sosa hit number 64 and 65.
You know what? I'm a huge fan of Sammy Sosa, but I can't have the Cubs. I can't have the Cubs winning.
Oh, we're all freaking out here in New York. Mets looked horrible last night. They blew it.
You know what, though? They came so close. A couple of guys just missed home runs. The wind was blowing in. But they're not beating the Expos.
No, you got to beat.
You not beat the Expos?
You got to beat the Expos.
Literally, a bunch of me and my friends, we beat the Expos. Bunch of guys from my neighborhood.
Yeah.
So, hey, how about those Yankees?
Oh, that's right. I'm a Met fan, and Ant's a Yank fan.
Are you really a Yankee fan?
Yeah, I love the Yankees.
He jumped on the bandwagon 2 years ago.
I like a bought team. I like a nice bought team. Just pay money.
You know, it's hard. In the old days, you used to really be able to hate the Yankees because they had an arrogance about them. They had, Billy Martin would, kick the hell out of like an asthmatic in an elevator somewhere. Those are the days. And then Reggie Jackson would come in and push a blind guy off a building. And you could hate him. But now I got to say, the Yankees. First of all, Joe Torre is about the most lovable guy I've ever seen.
You can't hate him.
You can't hate Joe Torre. Yeah. And the team. They're just a bunch of solid guys. They're a bunch of good guys. It's hard. But I grew up as a Mets fan, so I'll never shift my allegiance from that. But I have to say, my hatred for the Yankees is diminished because of what a nice group of guys they seem to be.
Yeah. Even Mr. Steinbrenner seems like a nice guy these days.
Let's not get nutty.
Well, he's turned from the ball buster to now he's an old curmudgeon.
Yeah.
I think is the word you want to use.
I don't like the way he tries to manipulate the whole, we're going to move. How can you move Yankee Stadium? That's the landmark of landmarks in the sports world. You can't move that.
Yeah.
He's like, I think I'm going to go to Rhode Island with the Yankees. What are you talking about? We were thinking about an island off the coast of the Bahamas with the Yankees. Maybe Turks and Caicos or something.
Which is a great place. I would love to go down there and see Yankee baseball.
Yankee Stadium and then a couple of sandstone rocks.
Yeah, there you go.
We're going to the Yankee game. Hey, you getting there? Catamaran. Oh, beautiful.
It's a little safer than going to the Bronx, so.
Oh, that area's fine, for God's sake.
It's fine because you walk in the tunnels to get there, all the fences and stuff. Of course it's fine. They made it fine for us.
You just need to buy an ethnic mask. To you, with the blonde hair and the little nose, you don't go. I walk out there, everybody thinks I work around there. Hey, that's the guy from the jewelry store. Let him in. Yeah, fine.
Yeah, I guess we have different perspectives.
Me and Anthony will go down there. Somebody's going to invite us to dinner. You go down there. They're going to carjack you.
That's the truth. By the way, Cubs are leading 7-0.
Ah, crap.
So, tell us about this book, Naked Pictures of Famous People. I got my copy about an hour ago, so I didn't do my research.
That's all it took me to write it. I wrote it, printed it up, and handed it to you. And that's the end of it. It's a bunch of essays and absurd sort of stories. Can I read it? Why don't you read some of the table of contents? Anything that strikes your fancy?
Yeah, the first one right off the bat, Breakfast at Kennedy's.
Breakfast at Kennedy's is my little story of hanging out with Jack Kennedy in 1935 in Hyannisport. The idea is I'm his prep school friend from Choate, and he invites me up to Hyannisport, and we watch his 3-year-old kid brother Teddy get drunk and kill a girl on a tricycle. There you go. Breakfast at Kennedy's.
See, I would read that.
It's a pretty funny story.
How about this one, The Devil and William Gates?
Devil and William Gates is basically a takeoff on The Devil and Daniel Webster. It's Bill Gates' deal with the devil that allowed him to gain such control over the computer industry. And then instead of getting a lawyer to argue his case to get him out of the contract with the devil, he erases him in cyberspace like the net. So basically, the devil turns into Ruth Marks, a crack addict from San Diego. And so nobody believes he's the devil anymore. He loses all his power. What happened? Like his credit card doesn't work anymore, like that kind of stuff.
Right on. That's pretty clever.
It's clever.
Wow.
I'm just like a O. Henry, for God's sakes.
Oh, screw it. Let's go with this one. Martha Stewart's vagina.
Martha Stewart's vagina is, quite self-explanatory, except that it's an essay, not a picture. What that is sort of it's a takeoff on Martha Stewart's magazine, and after running out of things to fix, she basically just turns her sights on the vagina and comes up with little window treatments for them, like you get a vagina like with pull curtains on it, that kind of stuff. And she just teaches you how to take your vagina and make it more versatile.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, because she thinks they're underutilized for just sex and stuff. She has a friend actually that uses one as an office. And she says it's very convenient, but sometimes when the phone rings, all hell breaks loose.
Okay.
That's sort of a takeoff on one of her magazines. I have to tell you, I was at CBS this morning pumping the book, and she did the segment right before me.
So you met her?
I met her, yeah, but she hadn't read the book yet.
Thank God.
I was kind of scared, but she couldn't have been a sweeter lady. She asked me, she was making food, and she gave me something to eat, and so now I feel like I just slagged my mom.
Oh, that's too bad.
She was scared because in her book she's got Jon Stewart's dick.
No,
yeah. So she was equally as frightened when she passed you.
You know, it's weird. It's been so long since I've used my dick that I didn't even notice it was gone. You know what I mean? It's like that. Sometimes you look in the garage and you go, do we have 2 cars or 1 car? Oh, Jesus. What happened to my dick? I don't know. Are we allowed to say this?
Yeah, what the hell?
I can't believe I got, like, criticized for saying the S word. When, like, an hour into this, he's like,
that's the bad one.
Your vagina.
It doesn't make sense, the rules they give us.
Yeah, they don't.
No, you're allowed
But I was worried. I ran into Martha Stewart, and I thought, I feel bad about writing it. Now I'm afraid, there's a Hitler piece in there. What if I run into him?
Yeah.
Turns out to be a good guy. Then what do I do?
Adolf Hitler.
There's trouble.
The Larry King interview. Adolf Hitler.
Yeah, that piece is it's Adolf Hitler on Larry King, and it's basically Adolf Hitler copping to it's sort of a mea culpa where he comes on and he apologizes. It's sort of the idea of in this culture, no matter what you do, you can go on Larry King and go, hey, you know what? I'm a dick. I screwed up.
All right.
I'm sorry. And I just come up with a book. He wrote a book called Mine Comfortable Shoes. And, it's about forgiveness and acceptance. And then the next guest, I believe, that night in the essay is Lonnie Anderson.
Figures. You sure it's not Merv Griffin?
No, I think it's Lonnie Anderson.
No, I mean the Merv Griffin show.
Exactly.
How they'd have those mixed up guests.
Yeah.
That,
So it's Hitler to Lonnie Anderson.
there you go. One more. Local news. One of our favorite topics here.
Local news is basically it's an obituary, and the story is it's an AP Wire story that is invented based on the Taco Bell Chihuahua being killed in a bar fight for mouthing off to some guy in a strip joint. So the basic idea is the Taco Bell Chihuahua was hammered one night, licking his crotch, and some guy comes in and he gives him a little bit of hell, and the guy kicks his ass one punch and knocks him down, and he dies. So it's his obituary.
Oh, very nice. Where do you get your drugs from?
Sorry. You know what? Stay up with me till 4 in the morning. You understand what I'm talking about.
All right.
You know what? Here's one that I think you actually would like. It's the yearly Christmas newsletters that go out. So the piece in the book is it's the Hanson family, the 3 little rock kids.
Sure.
It's their yearly Christmas newsletters. The year before they got famous, the year they got famous, and then the year after they got famous. So it sort of starts out with them being very homeschooled, Christian, good people, and the first line of the last letter is, ho, 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 Zach has herpes. Happy now. So you can see the whole thing starts to change. But I think you'll enjoy the book. I mean, it's not, you're not going to like all of them, but I think
I'll tell you,
are pretty funny.
It's different. Without a doubt.
I hope so. That's what I was trying to do.
No, I'm serious, because there's so many comedians putting out the same exact book. The same exact book. It all started with Seinfeld.
It was either that or I was going to do stew language, but what are you going to do? I was going to do, Alona Hood or whatever it is, Couple Hood, I wanted to do something that reminded me of the comedy books that I loved as a kid, the Steve Martin books, the Woody Allen books, Peter Benchley, those kinds of authors that I always enjoyed. And, so that's what
Peter Benchley? So you said he write comedian?
Robert Benchley.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Well, the book's called Naked. I thought you were pulling one on us. So I just had to make sure.
Benchley was,
I thought you threw that out there to make sure we were listening.
Then there's, I like the great books like Woody Allen and Steve Martin and Sammy Sosa. You guys aren't paying attention. Hey, is this guy gone yet?
What? The book is called Naked Pictures of Famous People. The signing is tonight at 7:30 at Barnes & Noble in Union Square. Now, you're taking over for the Craig Kilborn on The Daily Show. We are so happy to get you back on TV on a regular basis, John.
I'm very happy about it as well, although it's killing me that this whole Clinton thing's going down, not on my watch. Because I do have this fear that, like, the day I take over, like, Gore becomes president in some freaky move, and then we just sit there and watch a guy made of wood for the next year.
Yeah, exactly.
How about those owls
I'm sure
he's saving over there in Oregon? That's great.
Today in the headlines, nothing. Just seems like a pretty normal guy. Doesn't really do anything. He saved a tree today.
I think he'll do just fine.
Yeah,
Well, if you want to talk to John, 212-757-1027. Yeah, 1027 WNEW, The Rock of New York. How did you know? There's actually another song off this CD from the Brian Setzer Orchestra.
Oh, I almost hurt my back just there.
I was starting to get a little sick of Jump Jive and Well, good song, but heard it about 1,000 times.
Wow, I was dancing like the khakis commercial.
Yeah, you look pretty good there, swinging like a little swish. That's the title track from the CD, The Dirty Boogie. It's Opie and Anthony.
Hey.
You got to thank John Stewart for hanging around.
Yeah.
He's going to be doing that book signing tonight at Barnes & Noble in Union Square for his new book, Naked Pictures of Famous People, 7:30. Stop by and say hi to John. All right. We got a bunch of ladies on the phone that want to bitch us out because we were talking about the Titanic.
Well, the video.
Okay.
Opie has been infected with the Titanic virus in his house.
Yeah,
we call it.
I had to go home to crying last night. I thought someone died, and no, it was just another showing of the Titanic.
That's got to be scary when you get home and, girl's there crying. You don't know what for. You got to think someone's dead.
Of course.
Not that she's watching a movie.
And then, I got into the living room to hear that stupid music. And we can't play the stupid music anymore because I broke the CD earlier on the show.
Yes, you did.
So, I don't know. I think the guys out there, I know there's a lot of women listening, and I guess this break isn't for you, ladies, but I think the guys should get back at their women.
How?
Well, there's a lot of women out there that have found our porno tapes over the years.
Right.
And they mysteriously disappear, and you can't find them anymore. You thought you hid that porno tape really good in the back of the closet where she would never look, and she found it. Not only did she find it, they end up throwing them away. The guys out there know what I'm talking about. I think we do the same to the Titanic videos that are laying around our house right now.
Throw them away.
Yeah, or those big magnets on your refrigerator that, hold up the cute pictures of your family and stuff, or your friend who just had a kid.
Chinese food menus.
Yeah, all that stuff. Put the magnets on the video.
They'll just go and get another one. I still say we should all steal the videos, all the guys out there, and we'll meet in the middle of the night near the East River with the videotapes. We'll build our own Titanic ship and let it sail into the East River. And sink it.
And sink the videotapes. Right?
Cool.
To top it off, Leonardo DiCaprio's gay. Huh.
What is that?
I don't know. That was just handed to me by who handed that to me?
I don't think that's a factual information.
No, the rag magazines are trying to suggest that, but no one really has proof on that one. But all right, well, you want to talk to one of these ladies? Okay.
Hello.
Hi, what's up?
Who am I talking to?
Opie and Anthony.
Hey, hi. Listen, what's the deal with this Titanic? You guys just don't want to deal with your emotions. That's why you don't like that movie.
Oh, my God.
Listen, I know of what I speak, okay? My husband took me to see it. He almost got misty at the end, and then all of a sudden it was like, now he doesn't want to hear about it.
The movie was a load of crap. They were on the boat for 4 hours. No one falls in love that hard in 4 hours.
Come on. Can't you just,
Besides the fact that she's a slut.
What? Why is she a slut?
She slept with him after 2 hours. Most guys hope for that, but deep down we hope you don't give in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Opie, Anthony, it's called suspension of disbelief. It's part of the story.
What about at the end? Everyone's seen it already, so it's not like I'm ruining the end.
What about the end?
The old woman dies and goes back onto the Titanic.
Oh, that was the most touching part of the movie. I cried my eyes out.
Wait. No. Think about it, though, a little bit. Touching, yes. But what about the poor guy that's been waiting to hold the door for her ass for 80 years? The guy opens the door to let this woman in. That's heaven for him? He's still a friggin' doorman on the Titanic?
Oh, come on.
Think about it.
Come on. Now you're really getting abstract.
She meets Leo again on the stairway.
Oh, that was beautiful. What about the
cooks are still there clapping away. Then what, back in the kitchen?
You're a typical man.
Of course we are.
You're a typical man.
We don't get it, man.
You don't get
I don't get that
You're not
movie.
a romantic.
I'm just afraid to confront my own feelings.
You're afraid to confront your emotions. To be emotional. Hey, listen, I'm a mental health counselor. I know of what I speak. You want to know something, though? What? I bought the tape, and I brought it home, and my husband said that if I play this tape, I am getting a divorce.
1027 WNEW, The Rock of New York, Steve Miller Band. It's Opie and Anthony. Lots going on right now as we do our little radio show. Sammy Sosa hit 2 more homers this afternoon. Number 64 and number 65.
Ties up Mark McGwire.
Ties up Mark. Mark has to face Randy Johnson tonight. Good luck, Mark. And I guess the boys in Washington Heights are very busy right now. Do those guys have jobs?
Soaping up the windows?
Yeah, they got to change their 63s into 65. That could take all afternoon long.
Do you think Sammy will pull into the lead finally?
Well, he's got a good shot because Mark McGwire's not going to be hitting any homers tonight, that's for sure.
How do you know?
Randy Johnson? 6'9" mother of a pitcher, left-handed, scariest pitcher in the league.
Want to make another bet?
You think Mark McGwire is going to hit a home run tonight?
Yeah.
You never gave me the beer from the last bet. when I said Mark McGwire was going to hit the homer to break the record.
Because I was waiting for an opportunity to say double or nothing.
All right, we'll go double or nothing.
All right.
McGwire does not hit a homer tonight against Randy.
I say he does.
But more important than McGwire hitting 2 homers this afternoon, Cubs lead the Brewers 7-5, bottom of the 8th. Come on, Brewers. Come on, Brewers. Freaking Mets can't beat the Expos. They play the Expos, what, tonight at 7:40?
Yeah.
They're tied for the playoff berth here.
It's do or die, isn't it?
Yes, it is, and you got to beat the Expos. Simple as that. If you want to, do well in the playoffs. Expos, come on, Canadian team. What do they know about baseball? Got a good email here.
What do you got?
It's from Bob. Bob writes, Opie and Anthony, well, congratulations.
For what?
I hope you're both proud of yourselves. I hold you both responsible for what I heard on the Scott Muni show this morning. Blatant and crude references to a sexual act and references to the president. Opie and Anthony have succeeded in corrupting a New York City icon in the radio business. Wasn't he the guy who was kicked off the WABC AM in 1964 for playing Happy Birthday to You on Hiroshima Day? Yes, the professor made allusions to how folks used to sneak off to hotel rooms at lunchtime and do the wild thing, and lamented that now it's government buildings. Then he played Why Don't We Do It in the Road by the Beatles.
Wow.
Will your diabolically evil influence never end? Should we call in the exorcist now? That's Bob, listening since 1968.
Is that true, Earl?
Yes.
Yeah?
It ain't true, is it, Earl?
Yes, absolutely.
Scotzo was going off?
I'm not going off. He made a veiled reference to...
Veiled reference?
Yes.
Didn't talk about broads. Back in the old days.
But he's been doing it for years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Doing what?
Doing what?
References.
Oh.
I thought you meant communicating with the aliens.
Oh, no.
Oh, really? I'm hearing doing it for years. I don't know.
All right.
Maybe something with a cigar. Was me and Lennon and Yoko. I was listening to those 2 kids this afternoon, and they're going on and on about Monica. Why don't they just play the music? When was the last time we played Inagata DeVita anyway? Who cares what that skank hoe did to the president?
Who cares?
That's nothing compared to what I did. Me, Keith Moon, and some whores we picked up. Who cares the president used Monica as a humidifier? I remember seeing Keith Moon use Elton John as a humidifier. Back in the days. And it wasn't a cigar. He used a whole bong. I remember Keith Moon took a bong and...
Anyway, the email goes on to say, I hope you can appreciate that the above is a feeble attempt at humor and not a real complaint. Oh, this is good. I gave up complaining a few weeks ago, as you recall. You are on notice, though. If I get charged with harassment by playing your station at my desk, I will be looking for a job at WNEW, and you better make good. So that's Bob.
All right. Thanks, Bob.
I guess Bob isn't part of Phase 2. I wonder if the faithful listeners are doing their part to spread the word of Opie and Anthony.
Phase 2.
So we can keep our radio jobs here at NEW.
We are deeply entrenched in Phase 2 as we speak.
Yes.
Phase 1 was chasing off people that did not have an open mind to the Opie and Anthony show being brought to WNEW. A station known throughout the years for being innovative, new, cutting edge.
That's right.
And sort of stagnated a few years there.
Oh, just a few.
Just a couple.
Just a couple decades.
And we came on, and Phase 1 was to get those people away.
Yes.
Be gone.
Be gone.
They tried to complain, didn't they, Opie?
Yes, they did.
We got many calls like,
Can I speak to your general manager?
okay, please hold. General manager.
Yes, you have to get those disgusting creatures off of your afternoon show.
Okay. Pull down your pants now. Or something mature like that.
Yeah.
And it chased them away pretty easily.
But the instant feedback is starting to turn in our favor. The emails, the faxes, I must say.
I'm liking you guys.
The one thing I got to say is if you're driving home right now and you find something funny that we do on the show this afternoon, do us a favor and make us one of your first 6 presets, please. We're sick of being on the B presets.
People don't even know how to use those.
I know. Who goes
they just
to the
get to them by
presets?
accident.
Right.
You ever screwing around with your radio and then you hit like, preset 1, my favorite station. What is this? So you hear Celine Dion.
Yeah.
What? And you realize that you're in B?
And you don't know how you got the preset B?
And you don't know how to get back.
Yeah, exactly. And then all of a sudden it's some Spanish station and all sorts of crap.
It's frightening.
Yeah.
Put us on the first 6.
We beg you. We'll take number 6.
We're not even trying for number 1 yet.
Why don't you just give us number 6 right now?
We will earn steps up on your preset.
Actually, a couple people have said that on the instant feedback. Well, when you guys started, you were preset 12, but you're now down to preset 7. I'm not comfortable enough to actually put you on the first presets, but you guys are growing on me.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
I guess there's a guy out there that he's got about 400 to 500 flyers made, and he's going to start posting them all over Manhattan for us. See, he's spreading the word about our show. That's what we need to happen now.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
I haven't seen one yet.
Yeah, he might have been full of crap, actually. Now that I think about it, he sounded awfully high.
Yeah.
All right. We haven't taken many phone calls today. We could do that in a little while.
Yeah.
Oh, also our pals Matt and Trey. We've talked to them a bunch of times on the radio.
The creators of South Park, yeah.
The Rock of New York, 102.7 WNEW, Dave Matthews Band, Ants Marching. It's Opie and Anthony. We've had a very busy show today. We had Jon Stewart on earlier. I hope you got a chance to check that out. He was very funny.
Yeah.
We were kind of bummed because, we were the last stop on the Jon Stewart tour today.
Yeah.
And we didn't have any, gay guys that he could dance with and stuff.
No, it wasn't very exciting in here for him to be here with us.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
Yes.
And he's got the book signing for his new book tonight. He'll be at Barnes & Noble in Union Square at 7:30 tonight. Mm-hmm. And right now, I do believe if we got this hooked up right, we got our pals Matt and Trey on the phone.
South Park
creators. Let's say hi to those guys. Yo, guys.
Hello?
Hey, it's Opie and Anthony. We got you live on the air.
How you doing? How's it going?
Pretty good, man. We haven't talked to you in a few years.
Yeah, it's been like 4 years, I think.
No, actually, it's been a couple months.
Yeah, it was back in 65.
Yeah.
After we got back from the Nam.
Yeah, that's how it feels, man. It feels like it's been about 12 years we've been doing this show. Yeah, we've aged quite a bit in the last year. Yeah.
I hate you guys because now I can't go out on Wednesday nights at all. I have to be in front of the TV at 10 o'clock every Wednesday.
Right on. Sorry about that.
Because I you can't tape it because then everyone's talking about the show the next day and you got to feel hip like you saw it.
Well, we still go out Wednesdays. Yeah. We're allowed to because we've usually seen it by then.
I would hope so.
So when are you guys going to do the Cartman spin-off show?
Oh, yeah. No, we want to do, there's a few spin-offs we want to do. We want to do the Terrence and Phillips spin-off for ABC.
Right on.
And what was the other one? Oh, we want to do the Mr. Mackey, the counselor spin-off. Yeah. we just want to put him in a wacky sitcom with Jennifer Love Hewitt. Yeah.
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
That's Anthony's favorite. Anthony loves her.
Really?
Yeah.
She's going to be on next week's show, actually. Yeah, keep a lookout.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What does she play next week?
Well, actually, she didn't play anything. We just kind of make fun of her.
Oh, yeah. Is she going to be like a leg?
No, it's worse than that, actually.
Oh,
yeah, it's a little bit worse than... She's going to be wishing she was just a leg.
Oh, man. She's not going to be Scuzzlebutt's leg?
Yeah, it's worse.
Is it Scuzzlebutt's schlong?
She'll wish she was that, too.
Wow, pretty bad. It's not looking good for Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yeah, things are not looking up for Jennifer. Yeah.
102.7 WNEW, the Rock of New York, ZZ Top. It's Opie and Anthony. I'm starting to really dig our faithful listeners. They're really starting to get the show, Anthony.
Yeah.
They're calling up and you're ignoring them, actually.
Why do you say I'm ignoring our listeners?
They want to know why you're not doing any voice box jokes today.
What do you mean?
Well, in the past, you made voice box jokes about Babe Ruth.
Mm-hmm.
Made one about the guy who wrote the theme song to Mighty Mouse.
Mm-hmm.
The guy from Wonderama.
Right.
Who else? Howdy Doody.
Mm-hmm.
All these guys had throat problems, throat cancer, and you had no problem doing voice box humor.
So what's the problem?
Look at the front page of the Post. Let's see how brave you really are, Anthony. The listeners want to see how brave you really are.
I don't know what you're even talking about.
Exactly.
I have no idea what you're even talking about. I'm looking at the cover of the Post. There's a picture of the hurricane, Georges.
Yeah, you don't carry your ballies in a wheelbarrow like you thought, huh?
You think I'm going to say anything About John Gotti? What are you, stunad?
Well, the listeners picked up on it, though.
I don't care what the listeners pick up on.
You kept your mouth nice and shut today about that.
I have a lot of respect for John Gotti, and I think he shouldn't have been jailed in the first place.
Yes, of course.
He was doing a great job in his neighborhood.
Yep.
And I not going to say anything bad about the man.
And we do wish Mr. Gotti all the best.
Of course.
Yes.
That's all. Ixnay on the Audi gay, Opie gay.
I hear you. I'm just passing along what the listeners have been saying about you today.
Did you watch any movies on HBO?
I understand. I'm just,
People disappear?
Yeah, well, we're probably going to disappear, but that's for other reasons. Hopefully. So, no, we wish them all the best, obviously.
Shut up.
Shut up. Just move on?
Just move on.
Okay, we're gonna move on. I think we finally found the edge. We found the edge, ladies and gentlemen. It took 64 shows. 102.7 WNEW, the Rock of New York, the Who from Quadrophenia. It's Opie and Anthony. I guess we gotta leave. We're done for today, huh?
Yeah. I gotta say something though first.
All right, go ahead.
Bob, Kazarowski.
Okay.
You guys are major wusses. I'm severely disappointed about the voice box gate. I guess, cutting it off.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't do it. I'm changing to a new station with a set of balls immediately. I'm not going to make voice box jokes about John Gotti.
Well, I didn't even bring it up. The listeners brought it up that, everyone else that is suffering from some kind of throat disorder, you have no problem, pulling out the voice box and making fun of people.
Right. Bob Kazarowski doesn't understand. Maybe the Polish Mafia might not get you. But I am afraid. I am fearful of La Cosa Nostra. I will not say anything about the Don. I wish him the best. I think he got a raw deal. What was that, 6 years ago when he was put away? He did a lot of good for the community. My paisan, John Gotti. Don Gotti. And if I ever see that little weasel, Sammy the Bull Gravano, I personally will chop his nuts off for you, Godfather. That is my statement. That is where I stand.
Okay. That was good. All right.
All right.
Nice, yeah.
That's it.
All right. Got to thank John Stewart for stopping by today. His new book is called Naked Pictures of Famous People, and he's got a book signing happening in 40 minutes at Union Square at the Barnes & Noble. Stop by, get your book signed, and say, hey, Opie and Anthony, say hi. He was very cool today.
Yes, he was.
We had a lot of fun with him. Got to thank the creators of South Park for checking in today. We haven't talked to them in a while, Matt and Trey. They want everyone to tune in to South Park tonight at 10 o'clock on Comedy Central. They're very proud of this week's episode.
Yes, that's why they came out, to publicize it.
Yeah.
Because it's funny.
Also want to thank that scrub that was in the Cubs game today for dropping the ball and allowing, 2 or 3 runs to score so the Brewers could beat them in the bottom of the ninth with 2 outs.
This was just some hack they brought up from the minors?
Pretty much.
Oh, my God.
He dropped the fly ball. And they said that there was no wind, there was no sun. He should have simply caught the ball. It was a routine play. He dropped it. Brewers scored 2 or 3 runs, I forget now, and win in the bottom of the ninth with 2 outs. So go, Mets, go. Let's beat the Expos tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Sammy Sosa, congratulations on your 2 homers today. Ty McGuire. Washington Heights is very busy right now, trying to find soap. To change the numbers on their cars.
Little clue, you only have to erase the 3.
Yeah, exactly.
You can leave the 6.
Yeah.
And then just make 5.
All right. And I think we have a new sponsor to the Opie and Anthony show. We can leave with this.
Okay.
The fall is here officially.
Yes.
A lot of people going out to the country to get their apples. They're doing a lot of apple picking, and some of that cider's nice,
Yeah.
Bring back some of that cider. You get that fresh cider. Tastes so good while you're hanging.